Damn.
Another what?
Another week. Another episode, man. We took a 1 week break.
Yeah.
Because some people like to travel. Some people decided to just...
Stay in Singapore but don't do podcast.
Yeah. So, we're not going to say who did what lah.
You guess
You guess lah. Right?
Whoa. I think
Every
always,
time,
every week at this time they start banging.
And it's
shit
always
on
at
top.
this time that we start the podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, so how's your week so far, man?
Not too bad. Chill week. Getting
Chill.
to the downtime of things. So, okay lah. Not that bad.
Yeah, great start so far lah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, let's start this off with...
What did a wise man say, Jen? It's gonna be something stupid. I just sense it.
No, it's not.
It's not.
A wise man once said, this one real one.
Stay
Do
real,
not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment.
But what about those people who envision the future, then they want to like...
That one you ask Buddha.
Boy!
Nah, I swear. He said that.
Okay lah, later I'll talk to him.
Not too bad lah.
What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
Today we just met a certain someone who...
No lah, not today lah.
Not today.
Yeah lah.
Not today lah. As in not today what?
Not today we met lah.
Oh yeah, we met a certain someone recently who told us a certain story, and he felt like he was being bullied at work, bro. Damn. So today we're gonna
talk about office bullying.
Or workplace bullying lah. What if they don't work at the office?
Yeah, workplace bullying.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever been bullied at work before or not? Wherever you are lah, whichever work lah.
No.
You're the bully, right?
Hey.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Actually, he's the bully. Trust me. Look at his face.
But yeah, office bullying. No lah. In my experience, no, never been bullied in office.
Have you witnessed office bullying or
Witness
workplace? Have you witnessed workplace bullying?
Not witnessed it firsthand, but I've received accounts of office bullying lah. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
So firstly, what is office bullying?
What is office bullying?
What do you define as office bullying?
My definition of office bullying is basically colleagues or management intentionally picking on you due to whatever reason lah, bad blood or jealousy or anger or something you said or did that just made them butthurt, right? Yeah, and then in return, they just make your work life a living hell lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a few signs of office bullying. Firstly, like verbal abuse.
Yeah, verbal abuse is very common lah. Right? In this common as in like in this generation, we all use vulgarities and all that stuff in a like very friendly manner.
Directing at you.
Wow.
Yeah. And like, just insulting you lah. Personally, as like not even about the work.
So like how like, hey, you incompetent piece of poop.
I mean, if you are really incompetent, then it's not office bullying.
Yeah. Then there's just fact stating.
Then there's others like unfair treatment, exclusion. These are more silent ones. Sabotage. Wow, I've never seen that. Like bringing people down.
Oh yeah, I've seen that lah. I've seen sabotage in many situations lah. Like basically, if a mistake was done as a team, and rather than just taking the blame as a team, they will just pinpoint exactly who did it, right?
Yeah.
But that can go two ways. One is I do that to save my own ass. I don't want to be framed or put under this bad impression just because my team did a small mistake or even a big mistake. I rather just call out the person who actually did that mistake, and then technically I'm in the clear from the higher ups lah.
That's true.
So would you consider that as sabotage or not?
Wow, tough. I mean, the act of doing it is borderline sabotage, I would feel.
But if you were in that situation, would you have cleared your name?
Oh, if I didn't do anything?
Yeah. So you didn't do anything,
of course
but...
lah.
So
like, it's not my fault. Why am I getting the shit?
Ah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
but it's not sabotage. Right? It's like if the person doesn't want to own up and step forward and say, "Oh, it's my fault. I didn't do this,"
Right,
and
right,
which
right.
caused the team to crumble or fall.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, "No, I for sure did my work. It wasn't me.
Mm.
Yeah, it's that person who didn't do lah. Like why wouldn't you take action and if you're in the workforce, that means you're old. Not old, but of age, and you should know.
Mature.
Yeah, you should know whether or not you did everything in your power to complete whatever task that is handed to you.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. Then there's things like intimidation and gaslighting. Oh, gaslighting. And excessive criticism.
Whoa.
Yes. So unfair treatment and exclusion are usually those like very passive kind of, I would say, bullying.
But those are things that I can defend in a certain aspect. Okay, so like exclusion, for example. Okay, let's say all of us are working in the same company. You, me, and the crowd watching. Okay. So you and me, we've been working in this company for like 10 years. So we are fucking close. And then this crowd just came in maybe like a few months. Right? Would it be considered exclusion if you and me are always hanging out, but we don't want other people to hang out with us? Or like you and me are the ones who always go lunch and then we just don't bother going to have lunch with them or something like that. They would consider it exclusion, but for us it's, we are the closest amongst the rest. There's no reason why we should be fucking opening the doors and inviting every Tom, Dick or Harry to come into our safe space, you know?
Okay, going for lunch, all this thing during work hours, or as in during lunch hour lah. I think if you purposely direct the exclusion to one person, I think that's office bullying. But if you're just like, oh, it's just my usual thing, I just go, I don't really care about others, then I don't think that's exclusively
right.
office bullying. But if it's like one whole group go
and then they just exclude one
and then
person.
they purposely like don't include the other person, then yeah, it's office bullying.
But what if that one whole group is the ones who know each other for like 10 years? Okay, let's just say it's us and the boys. And then the crowd. The crowd is one entity, one person. And then we also do, but we are happy with our own little group, our own little clique.
Then it's the crowd. It's our fault.
Then it's our
because
fault.
we never extend the invitation. Yeah.
Fair enough.
To me lah, at least. Yeah, exclusion and unfair treatment. It's quite bad. Like it doesn't. A few weeks can go by and you're like, never mind. But a few months later, you're like, wow. If a few months later, you are still excluded or excluding people, I think it's office bullying.
What's your definition of unfair treatment first?
Unfair treatment. For example, I buy drinks or snacks for people in the office. Then I purposely go to table by table, and especially if I'm for example, like I'm a manager or something, or supervisor. I purposely go table to table. Hey, I bought this. But for that one person, don't even talk to him. I don't give him anything. But I openly show that I give others, no.
Would that be considered unfair treatment?
Yeah.
You're not obligated to give, what?
Yeah, but if you buy for the office and you openly show it like that, you see, it's the act of showing it.
That's just you
openly to the person that you are excluding.
To include them is just being courteous.
Yeah. Then why don't you include them? Right? You bought for the office one.
What if you're like not as close to them or something?
Then it doesn't matter. The office is the office. You know? It's like
fair point.
You had the intention to. You see, your intention was to get for the office. Your second intention was when you went to the shop, you didn't miscount, no. You purposely counted, okay, I got 5 people in the office, but then I don't want to buy for the one, so I buy 4.
Fair point.
So like specifically, it's the intention again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfair treatment like that, which leads to exclusion, which is bullying to me.
Will you get affected by this type of shit if it happens? If it happens at your workplace?
No, not really.
Right. Like for me, I honestly don't give a shit.
Yeah. But then again, I'm fortunate enough to be close to my colleagues.
Right.
Yeah, and they take care of me lah.
Like I've encountered
Shout out.
like I've encountered it before, right? Like the way I put it to you just now lah, like okay lah, because I'm closer to this group of people in the office, so I buy for them stuff, but I don't buy for the person I'm not close to, and I openly show that I gave it to this person.
The openly showing it is the wrong action, I feel. Like if you could have given it to like
in private or like subtly lah.
Yeah, or like I bought something.
Yeah.
Bought this pack of cigarette or something. Right, Zach? Like you don't have to ping bang come inside the office, then you're like, hey, Tom this for you, Dick this for you, Harry this for you, but this poor Zach then you just walk away.
Hey, but what about that time you openly bought for me the GTR, then you never offer to the other people?
Yo, you got see my new collection?
Yeah, I saw. You sent it to me personally, bro.
Hey, don't tell them. Later we exclude them.
Yeah, that's why. Then you exclude all of them. Then okay, my bad lah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's unfair treatment. Then there's other unfair treatments like, I don't mind you coming late, but
okay. So that's the more serious ones lah.
Yeah.
Right.
Then if one
Like
person just
coming
comes
late,
1 minute
leaving
late, you're
early.
like, hey, why you come late today? I'm gonna minus your pay for
So it's like
1 hour, 2 hours.
favoritism lah. Yeah, that's quite common also lah, right?
Yeah. So if you're gonna do that to one person, you should show that you're gonna do that to everyone, especially if you're high up and you have the power to control people's rice bowl.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And when money comes in, then that's when the unfair treatment becomes quite even more personal.
Yeah, true.
Because these are people's rice bowl at the end of the day. Yeah, so unfair treatment like that goes into a more serious tier, for lack of a better word.
Right.
Yeah. Then things like sabotage. Sabotage I've never really seen lah.
But have you heard though? That's quite common, right? It's a story that a lot of people speak of.
Sabotage.
Right.
By fucking up their work? No lah. I've never heard so.
By fucking up their work as in...
For example, there's a project to do. Then in a project, there's different faculties. Like for example, in the construction industry, there'll be electrical, there'll be structural, there'll be fire, there'll be design. Then if you're not happy with the safety side, for example, for the fire side, then you go fuck up their papers, which leads to delay in sending in the drawings.
So it's like intentionally sabotaging their
I think
work
that's the
lah.
worst thing.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
But what about those minor things like
What, you take away their chair?
no lah, like calling them out to the manager, to the management.
No, I think people should be called out if they are not doing their work properly.
Not doing work is one thing lah, but what about things that does not affect their quality of work? For example, like what you said, like 5-10 minutes, come to work late, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they out them to their HR or something like that. Do you think that's fair or not?
Timing wise, if we're speaking about timing, like I think if you have a timing to hit, then you should be there for like 5 minutes early lah, at least. That's on time to me. Yeah, but I know sometimes if it's a informal meeting, then 5-10 minutes late is okay. But if it's a fixed timing every day, every week, every month, then you still can't hit
Something's wrong.
90% of the time, and the HR doesn't do anything about it, that means it's the HR's fault lah.
But when you always come late, nothing happen eh?
I never come late. I've never mind.
That's what I thought.
A few times is fine. But you come late every day, like some people,
Yeah.
then like it's unfair treatment lah. Yeah.
Fair point lah.
But then we're talking about sabotage, right? Would you, or like is reporting it to the HR sabotage? No and yes. No, because bro, what's the HR doing? Is he being unfair or not? And yes, then yes, no, yes, no. No, because bro, That means someone's not doing their job. Why can this person come in 10, 15 minutes late every day while I have to rush through, come 5 minutes early, for example, 10, 15 minutes early.
Right.
And
right,
this
right.
person is like just getting away scot-free lah. 15 minutes, okay, might seem like a small thing every day. Like if you reference it with the 8 hours or 9 hours work, right?
Yeah, but cumulated is a lot lah. Then what if the HR comes here and say like, oh, then you can start coming in 15 minutes later lah.
Oh, then I will come 15 minutes later. Then the HR, then I'll sabo the HR to the boss. Hey, you know your HR.
So you
tell me 15 minutes late.
So you sabo
Yeah lah.
Sabotage, workplace bullying.
Okay.
Oi.
About timing, right? Do you believe that people should leave the work? For example, if you end at 6,
Yeah.
right? So if you end at 6, do you believe that you should leave the office at 6?
Wow. For me, is I'm not very anal about time. Right? I mean, if you have nothing to do, you want to leave. Not say nothing to do lah. As in, like, if you have completed your work for the day, you want to leave like 15 minutes earlier, 10, 15 minutes earlier. I mean, by all means, technically speaking, the longer you sit in the office, the more electricity you're wasting. Your laptop's on, the more shit you're just wasting from the office.
That's true.
But if you have things to do, you have outstanding shit that needs to be done, you have tasks that you have not completed for the day, and yet you still want to leave 10 to 15 minutes earlier, then something is not right lah.
Yeah.
Right? But I use the reference 10 to 15 minutes earlier because that's the
grace period.
Yeah, in a sense, that's the grace period that I deem as acceptable. Like 30 minutes, kind of stretching it lah, because that's half an hour pay right there lah. You know, you can give that benefit of, oh, okay lah, maybe this guy came like 5-10 minutes earlier today, so if he wants to leave 5-10 minutes earlier and his work for the day is all completed, why not?
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
But for me, the saboing and informing to superiors and stuff like that, I always believe, as long as it doesn't affect me personally, it's not affecting my productivity at work. Like, if I'm doing my own shit, you're doing your own shit, you want to leave whatever time, you want to come whatever time, you want to don't even show up, that's fine. But the moment it starts affecting my shit, like if we have something that needs both of us to attend to, or I need your input, or whatever reason I need you to do your part in the work, if not I cannot progress or stuff like that, and it starts affecting me, that's when I will start voicing out lah. Yeah. So what about you? Do you think leaving early is acceptable?
No, but leaving on time is. Like 3 minutes before you start packing up, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my gauge when I was still in my old industry. Like, when usually I reach work like 15 to 30 minutes early. So I'll just sit down, use my phone, drink coffee.
Yeah, settle down a bit.
Yeah, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I won't touch my comm. I'll just sit down. Yeah, because I'm not paid for that first 30 minutes, what?
Yeah.
Right? Then, of course, I make sure I start on time.
And then you end on time.
And end on time as well.
So even if you have outstanding work or things you haven't done yet, when it's time for you to clock out, you just close, go.
Because I'm paid for my time. I'm not paid for the quality and the amount of work that I do. I'm paid for the work and the hours.
Right.
Right.
For me, it's
unless you say, okay, if you can do this within 2 days, then I pay you more. Then that becomes a different story.
Yeah.
Because it's the quality of work and the speed that you can do that work. Right? Which is the case now for the industry that I'm in lah.
For me, it's a give and take lah. If today you stay back for a while more, then tomorrow you want to leave earlier, go for it. You know?
No, okay. But the thing is, if you do that on like a random pattern basis, like you know your own, but people don't know, then they will like,
yeah.
Hey, why you leave early, yeah?
Yeah.
Then you have to explain, oh, but yesterday I leave late. Then they will say, hey, why?
Yeah.
You leave late because you got work to do. No. I will never leave late because I got work to do.
So at the same time, you will never leave early lah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Like I'll be there for the time that I need to be there. Yeah.
Fair enough. Wow. So as a manager, right, in their point of view, how do you think you can minimize workplace bullying?
Minimizing workplace bullying. I think as a manager or as a higher up, firstly, you shouldn't have any biases. You should be fair to everyone. I know it's hard because we're humans, but you have to be lah. In a workplace, it's not hard because you don't have like a super personal relationship with them. lah. Like it's not your... Hopefully it's not your wife being your worker. Also.
Yeah lah.
Then that will be...
conflict of interest.
Yes, conflict of interest. Then just check up on everyone every now and then. Then make sure no one is being mistreated. Yeah. Then be also open to telling them to come to you and speak to you about things that they don't feel comfortable with or anything that bothers them.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. For me, my point of view is if you're a manager, right, you should never be friends with anyone who is working under you. You
can be like, you can invite them to your birthday, to your family gathering, or like, you know, like a celebration thing. Like you still can, but when it's at work, of course there must be that clear line of superiority lah.
Wow.
And they should know that, okay, you have your job to do and they have their job to do.
Yeah.
And just don't take things so personally, especially at work.
Well, for me it's a no, because I feel like those two things never gel well. Yeah. So for like, if or when I become a manager, I will never be in a friendly level with my subordinates in any way, right? And because I've witnessed a few managers and I've seen the way that they get things done. Okay, I've seen the friendly ones, right? The friendly managers, the one who, ask them go out to eat together. Once in a while, they buy for them stuff, and then they get on a friendly level and stuff like that. Eventually, the colleagues will start to not know where to draw the line.
Right.
They will be friendly in a serious situation. When the manager is trying to be serious, they are in the friendly mood.
No, then that's when the manager should put his foot down lah.
Yeah.
His or her foot down.
To prevent that from even happening, right? I've seen the other hand where there's managers who only play the manager role. They do not attend anything that's outside office. No parties. They don't attend your gatherings. They don't attend anything. And the way they communicate with you is purely manager level. Right? And those people, in my eyes, they are like the best kind of managers because they know exactly what to do, where to do. And the subordinates below them just know not to fuck with them at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with that. Like, you can be friendly at the correct time. You know? Like, if it's a chill office party meeting thing, then...
Okay lah, I mean, office party, of course lah. But when it comes to work...
When it comes to work, you should still not lower your standards for the quality of their work. Like, if it's expected to be submitted by Friday, then if they don't submit by Friday, of course, let them know lah. Like, be stern about it for maybe like the first warning. And if they keep repeating it, then you'll be more...
Fired.
Then you'll be more critical about it lah. And of course, bring up the problem that they are not producing their work fast enough, for example. Yeah. That's what I think.
Okay, my last question to you before we wrap this shit up.
Yes, sir.
What do you have to say to the workplace bullies?
To the workplace bullies?
Yeah.
What I want to say is, I'm sorry that you had a tough childhood, and you're probably that kid in school that didn't have much friends, and now that you've worked your way through the corporate ladder, and now you're the king of your third floor or fourth floor office. Now you have the power, then everyone just sucks up to you because firstly you're the superior. Fuck you lah. Serious. Don't be lame lah. Like all these we have learnt and dealt with in primary school, secondary school. If you're 40, 50-year-old man or woman who still does this shit, have favoritism, does unfair treatment to your colleagues or your subordinates, I for sure know you're single, firstly. That's still living with your parents, but you have a buttload of money because you still live with your parents.
Oh yeah, that's
and
true.
I bet you're not pleasing to the eye.
Oh shit.
Secondly.
They probably shave their eyebrows too.
And you probably have like a fucking stinking attitude lah.
Yeah.
And you probably know how to lick your boss's feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck you. But yeah, to all the office bullies, I already know you're that loser kid. Yeah. Zach, what about you?
All the very best. No lah, I mean, whatever he said, times 10, just know that you won't get very far lah.
Yeah lah.
As an office bully, eventually, you will need the help of the ones you bully.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're all part of the same organization. Just be nice and get work done properly. Then you shouldn't have a problem.
Yes.
And of course, admit your mistakes. Like if you're lacking at some areas like I am, I always ask help from my superiors and they are more than happy to clarify any doubts that I have.
Exactly.
And I'm thankful to have them lah. Shout out. Know who you are. Thank you.
You know who you are.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
To end this off, Zach, what did the wise man say?
A wise man once said, don't ever get too comfortable in life. Because if you're too comfortable, you'll stop making progress.
Facts.
Yeah.
Till next week.
Till next week.
We out.
Bye-bye.